Alrighty then, it's game time and we're getting back into things here. It's Envy starting on the CT side. And we are good to go. FlipSid, this is their pick.
Indeed.
It's always been a map they've liked to play back when they had WorldEdit Simple, playing CPL and short, etc.
Very true.
They're going to need a good performance here against Envy and Kenya. So a nice open map where the AWPs should come into play very well. Interestingly, a 4-man hold on the A site here. Envy going deep like Kasim G. And they're going to find out that nobody is over towards A very quickly. Can the rotation come back to B in time though?
I mean, Apex is getting a really quick flank here, and we already see Happy pretty much in the kitchen. Keo and Kenny S are close by, so it seems like they'll be really well positioned for this. The only thing that could really happen is if they can catch Apex and fall back, which they do, but that's going to prompt them to, yeah, the bomb is in fact coming up on bondik, so very good call, kind of realizing the pressure. Everyone's at B for Envy, and WorldEdit's going to hold them in place. He's even getting a kill to add on to the pressure, and so the bomb's going to be able to make it to A, and this has worked out pretty well for FlipSid Tactics, actually, for now.
Indeed, they are adapting well, and look at the positions they've got. Blade holding down things in the CPL position, and we have Markelov holding down short, where NBK is about to appear. kioShiMa gets a kill towards CT, but the bomb's going to get planted for short, unless NBK can do something about it. The meat shield almost comes in, but no frags on either side here. 2 versus 3, and speaking of 2 is all the HP NBK has. Taking down by Markelov, and FlipSid will take the first round with bondik killing kioShiMa.
Yeah, really well done, just kind of reading the round very well. Is FlipSid Tactics being able to catch the flank from Apex, kind of understand that they are getting pinched and, you know, adapt and rotate over to the A side of the map. Maybe had a little bit of trouble there at kioShiMa and CT spawn, but dealt with it fine enough and do secure the round. That's a great start for them. Like you said, this is a map they favor a lot. They've always really liked it, but we've seen Envy get some pretty good results on Mirage lately, online and offline. So it's still a tall task to beat a team like Envy, who has shown us recently some good games on this map.
So there's another 4-man stack here for Envy on the A site. Pretty much a mirror of the previous round, save for the fact that there's no push on this occasion. Let's have a look at the angles that they are holding. Quite passive angles. With kioShiMa holding the connector position, I always like to have somebody here, because you just have a tiniest crack through to this position where if people come into A, then you can get a 1D or similar straight in the face. So bondik's coming into Palace, but Blade's not in a position to find out what's going on at B. So 45 seconds left. The rotation might be difficult for FlipSid here. This needs to work out well for them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, Envy's gambled, and they've gambled well. They're coming right into their trap, and they have a great chance. And Apex pushes the apartments, and he gets the AK as well. So this is looking really, really nasty at this point.
Yeah, they are losing the battle here. Three people apiece, but it's the FlipSid guys who need to get the kills or get the bomb down. They're going to have to charge these CTs in the CT position while they're looking for a jumping frag. He'll take down one of these remaining players at least. And Happy is the last man standing now at the back. But look how tagged both these Ts are. Blade has the balls to go for that peek and shoot him straight in the head. A very nice play by him.
I mean, good recovery there from FlipSid. That started off really rough. I mean, they ran straight into the stack. Apex makes a big play and Palace to pick up an AK and get a kill, and that was looking really dicey. But they play themselves out of it. They get into a 2-on-1. They don't go for the plant. They know they have time just to find Happy together and trade him out, and they're able to do it. And so they hold off Envy for now, though that was quite a scary round. Not the comfortable win I'm sure they were hoping for. They will again just work some type of mid-A here. Got a couple of guys in Palace, WorldEdit, and Shara, you know, getting a little bit of control of mid, but they're already starting to kind of back off and just route over to the A side. So it seems like they're still looking for some type of heavy A hit here. And this time there won't be a stack that they have to worry about.
Indeed. So good start for FlipSid. Again, just creeping slowly towards the A side. And there is enough time for them to clear out the site itself. That is a failed Molotov which hasn't gone into the hole. And Apex is going to have one of those tight angles. Team kill coming in as well. Shara just down to 8 HP. So he could get the 007 to take him down from NBK. And Shara is going to go for the bomb plant here, but he doesn't have anybody covering him while he's going to go for the plant, and it's Happy to take him down, as opposed to NBK with the silenced USP. So Happy versus 2. Looking for the cheeky jumping frag, as Happy always would. but it's not going to be enough on this occasion.
The flip side, managed to get the 3-0 start, but again, it's not like those rounds were comfortable. It's not like they got through them easily. They took a lot of damage throughout the process, so a lot of rebuying having to take place. Which means their first round loss, in fact, could lead to some type of saving situation. So that is certainly something they're going to have to struggle with here if they can't make this round work and make it work efficiently. kioShiMa's not going to have the op this time around. Just M4s across the board. Happy getting pretty aggressive here.
So good map control for FlipSide. They've got a number of people in mid at the moment. Happy's in the ladder room though, so if anybody tries to look into CPR from underpass, he has a fair chance of seeing them. He can go onto those bricks just in the corner there and make it back into the window. There's a lot of things he can do, but that smoke will limit what he can do. And there's a potential for a split in either direction at the moment. You can see
now they know where Happy is.
Yeah. Got Shara coming to the ladder room, and Happy again. He's doing exactly what I said. He can make his escape, but he can jump back into the window afterwards. So we'll see if he chooses to do that. Oh, he's missed it, but he's going to get the bomb down instead. So it works out for Happy. Just can't put a foot wrong, this man. Shara surely knows Happy's below him, but he doesn't have the help to survive here. The nade going in, but Shara's still alive for now.
They finally get rid of Happy. He's been such a nuisance. Being able to stay alive and find a frag out of a situation where he was really just getting boxed in, he somehow gets away and even gets the bomb down. Slows down FlipSide a lot. Now it's a 3-on-3 where FlipSide trying to come to connector A, but Apex is just waiting there with open arms. That's that.
So Envy get around on the board. 5 of 3 plays. Apex picking up an AWP. That's a very good start. It's economically sound to collect that weaponry. NBK is going to opt for the scouts, which it's always good. Is one of the most proficient users of it. I think Neo might be the best from the absurd things that we've seen recently, but by no means is NBK any slouch. Moving over towards the B-bomb site with it.
I think he plays the position that can utilize it best, which is jump peeking upper B. I mean, NBK is the B anchor for this team. This is he is an Inferno, or they anchor Cash, and this is exactly the spot you want to be with the scout in this type of round.
Oh, but he's in. Well, his decision making is quite good here. Moving away, so it's harder to punish him for abusing that weapon. And while he does that, he's going to waste time. Please, yes, I was waiting for the shot through the wall there from kioShiMa, and he's going to do it. No armor for Blade. He's going to go down 2-3 in favor of FlipSide. Yeah,
this is where EnVy is starting to build up their bank. They got their op on kioShiMa. They got all the utility they could ever want. And this is where it's going to start getting difficult for FlipSide Tactics to find the same rounds. You know, they've been really good at getting control of mid. They've had some pretty nice executes as well. And it seems like they're setting up exactly for that now. The WorldEdit going to be kind of the backstabber here at mid while the rest are setting up their smokes over here on the A side of the map. But Apex and Kio, they're fully decked out and they're ready to go. And you know, kioShiMa and even Happy with his aggressive position in ladder room again, he's going to be able to rotate quite quickly. So, you know, FlipSide Tactics are going to have a lot to deal with here, and Apex already finding a frag.
Yeah, he's going to get traded, but kioShiMa is going to trade straight back, so man advantage for the CT. Markelov getting blocked as he tries to come out of the palace. He's going to snap kioShiMa, but get traded again, so the trades continue to favour Envy with everybody over towards the A site. Happy doesn't know what could be behind his team. And that might give FlipSide an opportunity to cross the checkpoints there, but Kenny shooting with the tightest of angles, and again a trade. So 2 plays surviving for Envy, trade after trade after trade, and there will be no complaints on their side.
Yeah, I mean, there's never an opportunity there in that round for FlipSide to just get a kill and be okay. There's always someone waiting to trade it right back. I mean, Apex gets aggressive, he gets a kill, you think you're going to catch him, and then kioShiMa's right there to get you right back. So, I mean, they're just never able to get an edge, and that's something we saw in Inferno too most of the time, right? Like, Envy was always just one player ahead, and that's enough, you know, at the end of the day.
Well, got the anti-rush molly coming in. Some Ts do opt to go through that as well, but it does considerable damage when you don't have any armor. If it's combined with a pop flash as well, it gets even worse. Kenny getting a bit cheeky here, jumping down into the underpass when the opposition are on a pretty big eco, and no less than Markelov has picked up the AWP, so we're just going to follow him and see if he can do anything with this. Again, a man who's shied away from the AWP in recent iterations of Counter-Strike. Pretty much everybody in the scene would love him to go back to it. But for now, he insists to continue with the rifle. So we will see if he can do anything here. There's a minute on the clock for his team to try and get a plant at least. probably worth the gamble. They can expect to be hunted down if they opt for the save. This smoke could be horrible timing for Markelov. Indeed it will be, but they're going to choose to push through it. Going for a fast step towards NBK, but not finding it. Happy's on short, and unable to find a connection there. Going for the fast one, and that's going to be that. Almost reminiscent of quick scopes and older versions, but more difficult in this version itself.
And it's a save round there from FlipSid Tactics. Couldn't find much except for KineS, who jumped down. That was pretty much all they were able to really grab on it. NBK doing his job at B to anchor it. That's going to be Envy now taking the lead for the first time this game with a 4-round winning streak. So ever since the purchases have been able to be made with rifles, it's been Envy taking them and not letting up. FlipSid Tactics will be back onto a buy here. Again, looking for mid-A, but again, Apex getting aggressive on that A ramp, and he's able to get away this time for free. That makes it even worse. Well, that it does find KineS at mid, so that helps out a bit. But as soon as one kill is made, aggression happens somewhere else in the map, and Envy stays a man up.
Yeah, so FlipSid have tentative control of mid, and they're going to use that kind of mind control and move away. Although, Happy's position, he may soon determine that, in fact, there are no FlipSid plays. And FlipSid can't afford to have any plays in mid at the moment because they've only got 3 players left. So it seems well that maybe he's trying to pull a rotation from the CTs moving towards B. There is a minute on the clock here, and you can see the rest of the team are pretty static, just banking on him. They're taking a gamble here, essentially. You can see he's moving towards the apartments now. We'll see NBK holding the sneaky angle. Does WorldEdit have the angle to go for this peak? It's a very difficult one. You can see the pre-fire coming in from NBK. And indeed, WorldEdit, he knows his angle. Is going to get a shot there on NBK. And we're seeing a bit of a rotation now. Now what we need to see in this situation is the T's moving onto the site. Indeed, they will. Apex getting taken down, and WorldEdit's going to rotate back to them.
Yeah, that's a really big kill there from WorldEdit to catch NBK. It's a tough spot to check, but he's able to get the pre-fire on the angle. But now he's going to be slow to get back to help his team. So if Happy and kioShiMa are quick enough, they're going to be able to get in and make this retake happen for WorldEdit's able to bail his team out. But the smoke has kind of held Envy at bay, allowed WorldEdit to get to the A ramp now. And they're holding off the retake quite effectively.
Yeah, so Happy, what is his play? In connector, maybe opting for some exits. He has almost 9,000 in the bank. The money's a bit varied on his team, but I know their focus will be to try and crush the T economy, try and keep that AWP off WorldEdit, who is far away from Happy's location. So this will be the end of the violence for this round.
Standing came up big there, Shara. Getting that pick onto Apex with the combination of all that top onto NBK at B really just secured the round there from FlipSid. So well done. They find a round here. They tie up the game at 4-4. They finally do force some rebuying here out of Envy. The money, you know, is pretty low over there. They're able to get a full buy now, but another win from FlipSid could finally lead to Envy saving. But at the same time, FlipSid Tactics, they have to worry about their own economy being reset here. So this is this round could be worth 2 for either team, basically, as again FlipSid Tactics already setting up for some type of heavy A hit again. Apex again though, this aggression A ramp.
Indeed, they've got to be careful with the gap in these smokes because he's got kills through it before, and he's just walking through now. Bondik's waiting with his gun out, which is something. But yeah, there we go. The superior weapon going to take Apex down in that situation. And that's the bomb spotted for the CT. So they're going to move deep into A because they've seen that bomb. And now there's an option for FlipSid to try and move elsewhere with the bomb. But they don't have any idea as to what's going on around here. So they're going to commit to the A site.
Yeah, Smokes and Flashes already coming in here, and they got the free kill on Apex. That's big. That's like one of the biggest differences between this round and the previous ones is being able to get that kill for free. And now they'll begin to work in. NBK is just starting to get over here, so this means FlipSid has a big edge in manpower. But Keo and KineS getting some nice frags to slow them down a bit.
NBK coming in from the CT position. Oh, they were almost lining up just around the corner. Behind the box there, 2 versus 2. The flash is coming into the site. Well, that it's in no man's land, and he's still trying to get a quick advantage. But NBK is going to stop him from doing so. Markelov is soon dispatched off as well, and Envy are back on the winning board.
And that's why it's so hard to take A bomb site without the right smokes. You know, the retake points at CT spawn and jungle, those are such big wide angles that you have open space to freely move around and get kills and re-peek and such. And, you know, not being able to block NBK off, for example, allowing him a way to get in and get some kills, you know, really finally slowed FlipSid down, despite the fact they caught Apex. They couldn't make much more headway into the side after that. You know, Envy is beginning to trade efficiently and getting in position and just shutting them out. So big round there from Envy. It puts FlipSid onto a save with their economy being reset, and Envy's already found a couple of opening frags in this round pretty rapidly.
Wow, the shot from Blade done big damage to Kenny as well. Things getting interesting here. It's a nice peek attempt from Kenny. And he's going to try and make his way back into Connector, but he's not going to be able to do it. Stopped by Blade. He's going to get naded and finished off by kioShiMa. So we're down to a 2 versus 2. And we have Shara in a very advanced position on the B bomb site, going for a flank now. But WorldEdit needs to get there with the bomb before he gets taken down by the CTs. We've got kioShiMa on short. We have Apex holding elsewhere with a flank. And there we go. Shara gets taken down, and now WorldEdit is alone. He can't run because his position would be heard by kioShiMa around this position. But he was quite static for a while there. I'm not sure because his teammate. I'm not sure why, because his teammate was all the way over here. So maybe again he was looking for him to pull a rotation, not knowing where the CTs were. But he is where he is, and there's nobody with vision over towards the B bomb site. So he
and Apex is so far away.
Yeah, he should get a bomb plant here, but after that, who knows what happens.
It's going to have to be Kio. I mean, Apex is just way far. It's going to be a while before he's ever going to be able to get there. So Kio just has to make a play, and wow, he does. Like, the spidey senses of kioShiMa that round really helped him out. It got really dangerous. FlipSid getting some nice pistol kills, but kioShiMa catches that flank on Shara at window and is able to pick up there on the WorldEdit in the B-bomb side. So big play for me. He had a quad kill on the round, and he kind of bailed Envy out of a tough spot there. They almost lost that round.
Indeed, WorldEdit, I think he just took too long, you know. He doesn't know what's going on there. But with Shara in CT spawn, I think he needs to make his way to the site. He's going to get wrecked in this round. And the 4 AKs of his team will need to do the job. They've got 4 rounds to the 6 of Envy at the moment. And we have Happy... Oh, guess what? He's playing around the smoke. Got flashes coming in from teammates as well. He hears the footsteps and Shara goes down. So FlipSid getting torn apart limb for limb at the moment. Versus Envy, who are currently completely untouched.
Out across the map and getting picked apart there. I mean, Kiwa finding one through the smoke at A ramp right away, just slapping him in the face, and then Happy getting aggressive, finding a kill. Not getting too greedy, just backing off, realizing his team has a 5-on-3, just meeting back up here with NBK at the site, just holding his angle with Kenny S now at mid, and you know, they're just playing together really, really well.
More frags coming in for Kenny S, looking towards the underpass, taking down Markelov, leaving Blade alone. He will get a kill onto Happy. He knows Kenny S is close. Doesn't know that there's even more players coming his way. Trying to run distraction, suggesting he's running out short of the smoke, but it's not going to be enough because kioShiMa's in position to trade for his teammates. Envy taking 2 AWPs into this round as well.
They're going to have that double up set up. Probably will see Happy with it, I think. They should pass it off to him. You see him moving all across the map with it while Kenny S will just hold over to mid. Like Happy will be taking it... over to B, so maybe get aggressive like Cat with it and try to just, you know, meet up here and find something, which seems to be the case. You can also opt the window if in fact some type of over B comes and hits. You can kind of fall back and go for that too. So there's a lot of different options here. As Kenny will go check the underpass and clear that out. This time he won't get caught for it. And I mean, FlipSid just so far back, just kind of waiting for aggression. All they have is these pistols. They don't have any utility either. So it seems like at some point they're just gonna have to gather up and hit something. But for now they're just trying to see if, you know, Envy's going to get impatient and feed them any kind of frags or something.
FlipSid having many ecos like they did on the CT side of the previous map. Well, then it manages to peek and get some information, but what is the play here? The entire FlipSid team are all spread out. They only have pistols. So, like, again, for me in this situation, it's a round we've seen from Titan before on the T side, but we've only seen it maybe twice in the matches that I've casted, where they have a smoke execute over towards the B bomb site, if I'm not mistaken, specifically for rounds like this, where they just try and get a bomb plant, try and get that 4K for the team in the next round. But FlipSid again are just all alone. I mean, WorldEdit picks up an AWP, but generally speaking, they're just going to be at their weakest, all isolated one by one. Somehow, Blade is making his way up short at the moment, so if he turns around, he should... Ooh. Oh, he had time to get the headshot there. I don't know how that happens, but Markelov is alone now. He'll be heard running in apps from short, so this should be an easy kill for the team. NBK with a bit of spray down, and there it is. He's going to get dispatched of through the wall. So a bit of a mess there for FlipSid in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in a round like that where you only have pistols and you have really low utility, your only real choice is to gather up and hit something. You know, spreading out across the map like that, the only way that you'll have any type of chance is if you just happen to catch like a really big frag, which Blade did catch a nice deagle frag there on the Kenny S again at the underpass, and he picked up an op for WorldEdit, but they just didn't do much after that. Just, you know, slowly got picked apart, especially since Blade got, you know, caught by Happy there on Cat. He had a good flank but couldn't make it work, and that was pretty much the round at that point. Kenny already find the pick on the WorldEdit. Happy also aggressing catwalk with his op to be there to meet up with them, and you know, FlipSid are forced off of any type of mid control they were hoping to grab here in the round.
Yeah, FlipSid have very basic map control, and again, they are unable to stop Envy from doing what they want to do, and Envy just imposing their will, at their own leisure in this half so far. Double the score of FlipSid at the moment. 3 rounds remaining, including this one. That gap is going to allow Happy to just pick off Shara, and yeah, just FlipSid just not much to offer, not winning any duels here, just like the first map. Markelov alone, he's got the bomb, but there are 4 people on the A site. Good luck.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, look at this frag distribution on Envy. Top fragger 12, bottom fragger 10. I mean, everyone is showing up here. Apex holding down the A ramp. He's only been caught once on the aggressive plays that he's made there. Happy, you know, having his way with ladder room and the catwalk. NBK locking down B. I mean, where does FlipSid go? Everything's closed for business. You know, it's like you're walking around late at night after drinking, hoping to find some food, and no one's open. Got nothing. You're done.
So, 2 rounds remain here, and Envy looking like having a strong score to finish. Kenny now in the apartment, and there goes Shara. Markelov just has to bear witness to his teammate being executed. He even has to be careful about trying to trade because he's carrying the bomb. Although he's walking into the site now, and he's going to get traded. That's the bomb in control of the CTs for now, although WorldEdit is on T slope, but he's the only one remaining. 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2 now for him. He needs to clutch this for his team. Otherwise, it's going to be Envy on double figures in the first half. And he's just waiting, maybe looking for some aggression, which you can't blame him for, based on the team he's playing against.
Yeah, exactly.
But they only have 2 players left, so they're going to, again, just allow him. They know that the onus is on him, so they don't need to take any action right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking for aggression for good reason. Apex just gave him a free frag because of it. I mean, it takes a really wide peek out. But now that Envy kind of feels the pressure of, okay, maybe we can actually lose this round, you're not going to see anyone else do that. Now you're going to see Q and NBK play together. They know the bomb's down. They're both keeping an eye through this connector area on WorldEdit as he does get on top of the balcony, looking to try to get a high peek. He knows that one might be in the connector, and he does grab that kill, so nicely done. And NBK not going to be able to get here to stop the plant, but he has such a huge health advantage. It's going to be tough on WorldEdit. And yeah, he gets caught.
He's going to go and retrieve the AWP as well. He's got the economy in mind, and the defuse will come in. So Envy looking at 10 rounds.
That op's better, clearly.
There we go.
I mean, short of the 3-0 start, FlipSid got off a fist around. It's pretty much been all Envy. Similar to what we really saw in Inferno in the first half of that as well.
Exactly, yeah. They win the pistol, and they've only got 4 rounds to show for it. That's not a good half for FlipSid. Back on the buy once more. WorldEdit does not have any Kevlar. And we've got Happy coming up short. So Kenny in position. That nade could do a lot of damage. WorldEdit though, just enough, far away enough from it. And there is a player underneath CP on that's Blade, moving towards connector. Happy holding the angle on short, but that is the alternative way to peek it from WorldEdit. Thank you for showing me that. I'll be practicing that one at home. But is it going to be enough here? It's an early advantage for Envy, but they need a lot more. kioShiMa to spray through the smoke to take down Blade.
Do have an even trade here for FlipSid Tanks. They have themselves in a pretty early 4-4, but again, very spread out. The bomb's still far back on mid, and they're going to have to pick something here soon. It's ticking down to the 50-second mark. This is where they're going to have to begin to, you know, grab this bomb and kind of figure out what they want to do. Well, that it does get control of Cap, but Kinias is going to catch him, and that's going to give the 1-minute edge here now for Envy. bondik finally swinging over to grab the bomb, and Shara still sitting here over towards ladder. So they want to try to split this B bomb site, but, you know, NBK playing the Pronac spot, just waiting for it. Will pop flash and peek out and gets away and trades the kill there at Catwalk, and now 3-on-2.
Yeah, so he knows one person's in B, so we should see the rotation coming in from the CTs. Taken down by Markelov though, so the B bomb site will be theirs for a time, but kioShiMa is playing close. I'll try and go for the spray there, but Markelov's already in position. Got to wait for his teammate now coming up short. In the meantime, kioShiMa is just going to hold angles, try and identify where the second player might be. See Apex coming in towards the bench now. That's a very wallbangable spot, but the headshots are going to come in. bondik taking down kioShiMa over headshots. So 10-5. Actually a reasonable score. but you have to favour Envy going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the skill that they're going to be able to put on the terrorist side of this map, just being able to work mid control probably much more effectively than FlipSid Tactics was able to do throughout much of the half. And so, I mean, FlipSid still had their hands full. I think they were really hoping for at least a couple more rounds than what they got. Like I said, once the rifle, if they wouldn't have won the pistol round, this would have been just devastating. So they're kind of fortunate to at least have that in this half and found a couple of gun rounds here and there. Good round there from Markelov, especially. Great entry onto the B bomb site and holding off that retake effectively and helping FlipSid tie up another round before the half was complete. But still a pretty big uphill battle they have facing them going forward.
Okay, so things are soon to resume here in SLTV Tower. So for those of you asking in the chat what is referred to as CPL, it's the sniper window in mid. This is what it's called, CPL. And this is called bench, or also known as Delpan. Now, Envy's pistol, well, it's not Envy's pistol yet, but we'll see if it will end up being. The bomb has been left outside B-apps actually while they go for this smoke execute. There are a number of CTs actually going streaming into the B bomb site. Maybe they have a read as to what is going on. Happy holding an angle. NBK just staying passive for the moment. kioShiMa getting taken down in A, and it's a three-man push into the A bomb site, which is causing an abandonment. But the CTs have realized they haven't seen the bomb, so Shara's going to hold the angle, spot Happy, and now he's going to see the bomb and take it down as well. Just as Happy jumps out the window, so it's Happy alone versus 4 FlipSid players. It's worked out quite well for FlipSid. Good thing they haven't committed to it.
They've left the bomb at upper B, so Happy can't even get a plan out of this round. And the fake somewhat worked, right? I mean, the smokes and flashes, the aggressive position from FlipSid at B for the quick rotate A, that they bit onto it, but you know, no one from Envy was actually able to get any kills at A, so they couldn't really hold anyone in place. They couldn't really sell that that was really where the attack was going to come, and so FlipSid were still in a good enough position to double back to B when it was necessary and hold that fake from working. So good round there from FlipSid. They've won both pistols in this map, which has kind of been the saving grace since the gun rounds haven't really gone their way yet. But they'll have another, you know, opportunity to do so if they can get away with these first 3 rounds cleanly. But Envy, they have forced up the pistols. We know how effective they can be with them. So FlipSid still need to be a bit careful here.
That's a Shara trying to hold down the halls with the UMP. He's jumping off the balcony, not going to want to make too much of a target of himself. So the bomb is in mid with the rest of the players, and it seems that they're going for an A split with a player in Palace. That's Happy, but again, they've only got 1 frag onto bondik now, and Happy is all that remains here on the site. Going to get dispatched off as well, and FlipSid continue to catch up. But again, the question is, yes, FlipSid have won the pistol. They've won both pistols. But when the buy comes in from Envy, how many more rounds will they get?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? Because in the first half, it did not go their way at all, only coming up with 2 of the 12 rifle rounds that were played. So, you know, it's still yet to be determined whether or not FlipSid are actually really be the closest gap. I mean, they know the score is close, but that's kind of misleading, just given that really the pistol rounds being the main reason why that's the case.
Absolutely. So, or absolument, if you were French. So, Envy moving towards the balcony, but they are going for the full fake here, trying to draw the full rotation, but bondik is just going to be taken down by Happy. Wow. That was a reckoning if ever I saw one. He was, I'm sure, try to make his way over to the M4, but he's not going to get anywhere close to it. That nade going to help Blaze take him and send him into another dimension. The defuse going to come in as well. So now we're going to see the buy of Envy. With that bonus plant as well, it's going to be good. We'll see how much money they have in the bank. So yeah, they'll definitely need that plant. We'll check the cash afterwards.
Pretty crazy that Happy even got that plant, to be honest. I mean, bondik didn't rotate, but he just catches a crazy PT-50 frag and gets the plant. Like you said, further bolstering the economy for Envy in this round. Kenny S, you know, going to have his op, AKs out across the board. Pretty much full utility. You do see them gathering up for a heavy execute. They're not going to go for any mid-control business off the bat. They're going to go for a heavy A. 3 inside the Palace. Even use... No, never mind. Kenny's S is going to be over there at A ramp with the op, and there's no smoke on the ramp, so we can, you know, begin to look for aggression while Envy sets up in Palace to get ready for this execute.
Right, well, let's see. We've got the port flashes coming out. bondik's in a good position to do something about it, though. No, he's not. He's completely blind. And Blade's going to get taken down as well. So Envy going to clear out the site. very easily indeed. Markelov and WorldEdit remain. WorldEdit's only got 1 HP, so he's going to have to run for his life. So again, the buys come in from Envy, and there's not much to be done here for FlipSid.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. It's very rare that you see an A attack where the central focus is actually making something work coming out of Palace. Usually the Palace is more the supportive position. You have like one guy up there that tries to step out and grab kills on, you know, players distracted by the brunt of the attack, which comes from the A ramp. But really there, Palace was the focus. The smokes and flashes came out that pushed Keo through. kioShiMa's op was at A ramp merely to try to catch people moving around that were distracted by the attack up top. And, you know, Envy just stormed through. Great kills there from Keo. You know, just jumping down with the smoke and flash, getting into the site quickly and catching a couple of guys off guard.
Okay. The lead extends for the EnVyUS side. Both AWPers going to be on ops. Well, two of the AWPers anyway. So WorldEdit will enjoy getting to the angle first, and kioShiMa will hold passively in case of a push from the CTs. But there'll be no such push for the time being. Happy just lurking towards low A. Going to bide his time until it's time for him to rise from the darkness and strike. We'll see if he proves successful. WorldEdit looking over the smoke, although his position is a commonly wallbangable one. Nice shot onto kioShiMa there. Apex trying to trade, but not finding the angle quite yet.
Good kill there from WorldEdit. It slows Envy down. We're looking to do like a really quick mid-A split, but now they're getting shut down a bit. Smokes are coming up. It's really, you know, preventing them from being able to get the gains that they want here, but they still do have control of mid. Kind of talked about how they would probably have more success than FlipSid had, and they had, at least being able to press up as far as they have with the numbers they've got. But can they actually penetrate a site? That's the question. Apex does pick up WorldEdit. That's going to help them along the way as Happy begins to make his creep up the A ramp.
So Blade just reloading there. It's getting one frag. He's going to get traded by kioShiMa. Ooh, NBK's going down as well. So FlipSid could reset the T's here if it works out in their way. But we've seen Envy clutch from behind before. Going well so far. kioShiMa almost getting taken down there. Knows where one of the players is. And Happy...
They're pushed off the bomb.
I'm not
crazy. Shara has pushed Keo into connector, and now they can't get to this bomb.
I have no idea what Happy is doing. The way he was... It looked like he alt-tabbed or something. And then but then he started moving left and right, which is kind of weird. So I don't know if he's having some kind of difficulty here. But it seems he's back in the game now. So yeah, I think he was alt-tabbed for a second there doing something. Who knows? Maybe it was by accident.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. But... good round there from FlipSid, really defending that connector well, not allowing Envy to find a foothold to launch the execute they were looking for, and they won themselves a really key gun round. They reset Envy's economy. This gives FlipSid Tactics a great opportunity to work towards that tie here and now, as Envy will force up with some pistols and armor as per usual. Happy with the AK save from last round. Will Lurker, which was his A side, he smoked off for now, but we see everyone routing to underpass. I thought we were going to see some type of window boosting shenanigans and still some type of mid-A hit at the end of the day.
Well, we will have to see. Happy's going to make his way out of Palace and take down bondik on the toll booth. That position not working out for the CTs, and it's pretty much a wipeout on both sides. Well, then it's the last man standing for the CTs, and that is going to be a nasty reset for the counter-terror side. Their money's all over the place.
That's crazy stuff there. Just a force buy from Envy. We know how good they can be even with pistols. They're such a dangerous team in those situations. And we see Apex with the hat trick. It's a couple of kills, picks up an M4, finds a third. Happy finding the perfect timing window to be able to come out of Palace with the one rifle that Envy had and make it work and find a pick. And that's Envy right back into the game, forcing FlipSid to save right away. FlipSid will get aggressive here at mid-world. They're looking for something with the D, but Kenny, he's waiting for him there with the op. They're aware of this, and they're dealing with it okay so far.
Indeed, they are. Blades is in a precarious position where he's going to get taken down by Happy, but there is a lurker in the Palace. That's bondik. That said, the last FlipSid players only have pistols, so you can't expect them to do much. Winning the round is going to be difficult. And yes, oh, he got tagged 3 for 3 there from Markelov. That looked nasty. He's going to get taken down. And Shara has an AK, so what is his play here? He should try and save it, really. But that's going to be that. He's going to get taken down in the middle of mid. 13 to 9 now. Envy marching towards round 16. FlipSid back on the buy.
And they are back on the bye, but this is kind of their last big chance, to be honest. I mean, if they lose this 3-round loss bonus, their money is really, really low. So, I mean, this is their big chance to win a round before EnVy's gone from that point. And even now, it's not the best, right? And they have a couple of guys on FAMASA, so they still have pretty decent utility. However, they have a couple of kits, so it's not too bad. But they need to win this round if they want to have any shot at closing the gap on the scoreboard, as you see EnVy again setting up for some type of A hit. This time it's going to be Happy lurking over here towards mid rather than in Palace. NBK will kind of take its place, and we see the smokes coming out, and EnVy, they're going to start rolling in here soon.
Indeed, so that smoke from NBK goes down in front of the shadow area. Markelov holds off the lurker. Some role Maniac used to play for Titan as well. The plant coming in, and that's a great angle bondik found onto Kenny S. Maybe in front of the triple stack would have been a superior angle for him. 3 versus 2 now in favor of FlipSid, so not quite out of this one yet. bondik still in the CT position. Got 2 people to try and dance with. NBK's going to go down, leaving Apex in a 1 versus 2. He's got himself 2 individual engagements though. Looking for the final headshot, but bondik will continue to hold things down there in the CT position. But it's an expensive round for FlipSid, and EnVy might end up with a better buy than FlipSid, despite FlipSid winning the round.
Exactly, and then just imagine if they get their money reset again here, and now with all this rebind they're going to have to do, it makes it even worse when it comes to the loss bonus. And in fact, they wouldn't be able to buy at all. I mean, EnVy could just win 16-10 at that point, it seems like. Maybe the last round they would have something, but then they would have to be playing for the tie. So that is a big deal here, as we did see maybe Happy just going a bit too early at mid and getting caught before the rotation could really set in. So that was kind of the key kill, I think, of the round. And FlipSid, though, they find an opening here on the kioShiMa in this round, so that's good. But EnVy still spilling out into mid, getting control of it.
Yeah, and Apex actually only started with a pistol, so maybe he can pick up kioShiMa's gun. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe he'll just wreck people with the deke himself, or maybe FlipSid will just cut down the rest of his team. All to play for here. NBK with control of ladder, but through the smoke he will get taken down by WorldEdit. 5 versus 3. Happy still lurking towards A, and all the remaining EnVy players are quite spread out. That's a nasty nade onto Happy. Kenny moving into the shadow position, and Shara, is he going to go a little bit too far here? Indeed he is, going for the rotation with the full team, and Kenny should get a plant for his team now. And we end up in a situation where we could see a Kenny clutch. He's going to spot Markelov, take him down, and change his plant position. So we've got 2 players coming in from CT and 1 late going through connector at the moment. The pre-fire coming in from Kenny, naded down to 8 HP now. Going to start to look towards the door as WorldEdit comes in from the window. He'll take the AWP as well, and it's 13-11, FlipSid closing the gap.
Yeah, I have to say, FlipSid's defending this connector in mid-area actually quite well. Even though EnVy's been able to push up right under to the window and get to connector, something that FlipSid was really never able to do in their T side. FlipSid's not allowing them into the A site, right? They're really shutting down that connector route. They're able even to get some good kills with the smokes on the catwalk. You know, even when EnVy was able to get control of ladder there, WorldEdit, you know, puts a stop to it with the span through the smoke, and they won like 2 of the big rounds they absolutely needed to win to avoid their money getting reset and just really being, you know, bumped out of the game. They've been able to win those key rounds, and now they have EnVy onto a save, and WorldEdit finds the opening pick at mid.
Indeed, so FlipSid fighting for survival, and they've got all the guns versus the pistols now. WorldEdit holding down that connector area with support from Blade. bondik still holding down A from the CT position. Normally he plays on the shadow, but of course against an eco he's going to want to use that distance versus suspected Tech 9s and the like. So NBK's got full armor and the deagle, and he's done some good work so far for his team. Second, well, he's tying for the kills at the moment on EnVy. He's going to definitely want to do some damage to the C2 economy, which isn't ideal, but this will be a good round for them to ensure they at least get a buy next time they lose a round.
The other big thing to think about in this round is it's so important that FlipSid won this round, or hopefully they'll win this round without losing any players. And that's big because their money is so low. If they would have had to do a lot of rebuying, EnVy comes with the buy next round and beats you, that's a really tough spot to be in. So luckily, looks like they're only going to, you know, lose 1 player in the process, and that's really good news for them.
Okay, so EnVy coming out for the buy. Gonna use their round advantage. It's not an ideal buy for them, but the round loss bonus is building up for them as well, but they'll want it to end here with a W. NBK looking to smoke off CPL, as we described earlier, and bondik starting over towards the shadow area. Is going to move back towards CT. presumably not on the toll booth as well. It hasn't worked out for him recently. WorldEdit with a nice snap there. Apex is on the site. So far, all the kills going the way of FlipSid here. Apex trying to push through CT. bondik looking away from the smoke. Blade holding down Connector. bondik holding down CT. So far, so good for FlipSid. They've got good momentum here. It's a two-man spray down, which is going to be a little bit expensive, but the third player will prevail. NBK getting taken down. FlipSid evening the score.
Another pretty clean round for them as well, so they're pretty much set on money for the rest of the half. So that's great. I mean, Envy, they got past the incendiary actually, and I think they got up on FlipSid a bit quicker than the CT team was expecting, but still some key shots there from WorldEdit and Blade. Markelov still able to hold off the A attack nonetheless, and Envy in the situation where, again, all they have to work with is some pistols and really no utility, so they just have to find some, you know, nasty shots, but WorldEdit not going to allow that. Finds the opening kill on the round, instant 5-on-4 here. Envy very spread out, bomb down over here towards terrorist spawn, and I mean, short of finding some crazy deagle kills or something, this should be FlipSid's round.
NBK getting taken down through Connector. The bomb still in control of Envy, but the numbers game, the map, not in their control by any means. Down goes kioShiMa, and this time it's Kenny S who has full armor and the Tech 9. That's the bomb spotted as well. Tries to escape. Is he able to? The flash coming in. He's just about going to make it past the corner. But again, well, there's a minute on the clock for them. But they're being chased by the Hounds of Justice in the counter-terrorist side. Two-man spray down for Markelov, and FlipSid take the lead here. We thought they were down and out. We thought Envy had too much momentum. But now FlipSid are winning versus Envy on map 2, on FlipSid's pick.
Yeah, I mean, after losing, you know, the first couple of gun rounds, they've been able to win the last 5 rounds in a row. Again, just defending that connector really well. I feel like that's the big thing, like really denying these mid-A splits. Sure, Happy's able to get up A ramp or Palace and get a kill here and there, but it seems like the brunt of the attack is not ever really able to get up mid, and now we're going to see another heavy A setup coming out of Envy. The last time they tried this, the last couple of times they tried this, it hasn't worked out either. Blade and Markelov and WorldEdit have done a great job in their positions to hold this off, but now we see them with a much more aggressive B setup. Very little presence at A from FlipSid, and this could tilt it in Envy's favor.
So many smokes on the site. Envy trying something very, very different. And indeed, FlipSid are completely out of the site. Bombs getting planted. This time it should be successful. And indeed, I think it is a better plant towards the triple boxes. Otherwise, bondik may well have got a kill there. So it's a 5 versus 5 retake here for the CT side. We've got a big flank coming in from Shara in T-spawn. This is looking crazy. We've got 3 people around connector here, with the CT still in control of CT. 2 big frags for the CTs, and so far Envy haven't got a single kill in return. There's one, but it's 4 versus 1. The defuse is coming in from WorldEdit, and there's no challenge from Happy. Comes in a little bit late, and FlipSid move to match points. Game points.
Crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, they might force them at 3 out of this, which would in fact be Cobblestone. And I mean, Envy, they're trying, you know, kind of one of those classic 5 smokes setups, something that you used to see Kaboom do. Now, you know, Luminosity Gaming, also something Navi kind of started doing with that straight line of 3 smokes throughout the site, just kind of changing the meta of how you attack the A side on this map. But it doesn't matter. FlipSid just sits behind the smokes, they wait it out, and they make a monster retake. And now they're at map point here. Envy is on a full buy. They do have AKs and full utility and such. They're trying to test the waters over here towards the B side, and Keo has been able to find 1 kill, but WorldEdit quick to trade. And I mean, if Envy can't find this one, we are going to find ourselves in the 3rd map, to the surprise of many probably out there.
Indeed, we will. So, 4 versus 4. And we can see Blades in the connector area. The T's moving away from A entirely towards B. Apex has got himself a little bit of map control. Excuse me. Random piano music. So, we're going to have Markelov in the site, getting flashed repeatedly. Is he going to be able to hold? Well, they're coming in from short to take down NBK. The bomb's down as well, which means a full rotation. We have Happy completely out of position. Apex gets taken down in isolation. Now it's all down to Happy. Gets 1 frag onto WorldEdit, but it's a 1 versus 3 with 30 seconds left. And Markelov will finish things off. So somehow, FlipSid have taken it over the line here. And we're going to move to a 3rd map indeed, which will be Cobblestone.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff there. I mean, you can look at the 3 top fraggers there from FlipSid, WorldEdit, Blade, and Markelov. They just had such a great CT side, defending that mid area very well. You know, Markelov from the catwalk, Blade by the connector, WorldEdit all over the place with the op. Just so well done by those 3 guys, especially. Props to them, because this game did not start out well, right? Being down, you know, 10-5 after the first half. The pistol round win was key. But it looked like Envy were going to take it. They won the first initial gun rounds. They were building up a pretty good lead, but then, you know, 6 or 7 round winning streak there right at the end from FlipSide Tactics, and they do force Cobble out of this series. So really well done to them.
Indeed. So it'll be a few minutes while the final map of this best of 3 set up, and then we will be back with Cobblestone Envy versus FlipSide.